with Kris and Jay.
You want it hard and loud, let's start this rebellion. Focus your
Well, hello, it's Friday.
It is Friday.
With Kris and Jay, but Jay isn't here, unfortunately.
It's Kris and G today, and K.
Kris and G, it's George. George from Aska.
It's the one and only.
Hey, George, what's up?
How's it going, Kristen? It's very good to be here with you today, co-hosting your awesome show. I heard the opening show, actually, and enjoyed it very much.
Oh, great. And we're waiting on Keith, right? Because
we are waiting on Keith. He ate those bad burritos last night, and he's still...
did he light him up?
He's actually paying. He's still trying to get through that line to pay to park to get up here right now. So he's on the way. So he'll be here shortly.
Awesome. And he knows where the building is, right?
He knows where it is.
Okay.
I think he used to live in this building, before people moved in.
Awesome.
He used to, squat here and stuff back in the day.
Yeah.
Just kidding.
This is going to be a great show. We got you and...
We got me, you got Keith, you got you, and we're in downtown Dallas here at Dallas On Air, the Kristen and Jay show, Kristen, G, and K today. And I think it's going to be lots of fun. But what do we got planned for us?
Well, at 12:30, we're going to have Patrick Kennison, and he actually is the guitar player for Lita Ford, but we are going to focus on his band, Heaven Below. So we're very excited about that and check out some of his songs. Did we play anything before the show, actually?
Yeah, we played Heaven Below by Renegade Protest Movement.
Oh, that was the song, I think.
Yeah, that was our bed music. That's what we opened up with. Yeah, girl.
Hey. And hey, Kat.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm actually doing excellent. We saw Spider-Man earlier.
We did, and I have a clip I'll probably end up inserting if I don't forget with all the excitement.
Yes.
I feel kind of bare today, and there's so many chairs everywhere.
I feel kind of grizzly myself. You're feeling kind of bare. I'm feeling kind of grizzly.
Are you?
I'm feeling kind of cat.
This weather, man.
It's all animals in here.
This weather's kind of gloomy and...
It's rainy. We just heard the church bells peal. I haven't heard that in a long time. But usually when that happens, lightning strikes and all that good stuff.
But it doesn't ever strike twice, I heard.
Not in the same spot, at least.
That's right.
Yes.
I like that Kat gets to speak. Do you have a camera on you over there, Miss Kat?
Yeah, I know. I told you you're supposed to have a camera on you.
I am supposed to, but with just all this Spider-Man fiasco, I forgot. So you have my word on the break. I will turn one around.
Awesome.
Definitely.
That's better because that way we've got people in the house.
It doesn't make it look so bare in here. We're grizzly.
That's right.
All right. So, actually, I probably have a couple of questions for you.
You ask anything you like,
Yeah.
man. I'm totally candid, answering everything today, right here.
Yes.
Hey, I also just wanted to say, if anybody wants to call in, our number is 469-708-8609. I'll pop that up on the screen, all right?
All right.
All right.
And do we have a different font color for that, by the way, by any chance?
Sure, girl, what you want?
Oh, something like that will pop, pop, pop.
All right,
That
pop, pop, pop.
white was just kind of I had to look at it, and squint with my old age.
Pop, pop, pop. I gotcha.
Yeah. Maybe something fluorescent. I don't know if fluorescent would be a bad idea. So, George, you've been,
share this post right now so everybody knows what we're doing right now. But go ahead.
Okay, post away.
What's your question? Go ahead. Shoot.
Yes.
Shoot. I'm listening. I'm ready. Shoot.
You have been in the area for a long time.
Long time.
So go ahead and tell me about that.
Came to DFW in 1986, 87, thereabouts, and proceeded to, get a band going in town because that was the entire purpose of coming to the U.S. And, got with the guys. I had the co-founder, Darren Knapp. We put Aska together. We got Keith. We got my brother in there, and we started playing, man. Around the time we got here was when Pantera had just been signed. They had started doing their stuff. I guess a few years after that because it took us several years to get established.
So we're talking about the basement days.
Yeah, basement. We actually used to play the basement all the time. Dallas City Limits, On the Rocks, all the old standards. But you know, we put the thing together, and you know, onward and upward. Here we are, still together all these years later. Keith and I are still in the band. You know, we've had some, you know, several permutations of the band, but we continue. It's still heavy metal, and you know, we've got 6 albums and counting, and
6 albums. Wow.
49 countries toured. You know, so we're, you know, we've got a couple feathers in our cap, and there's always room for more.
Awesome. So, like, did you start playing, like, I guess, in Dallas, or
We started, yeah. I mean, actually, our first gig was in Arlington,
was it at Joe's?
it was actually at a place called Joe Diamond's. The first Aska gig was a 5-piece. I wasn't singing then. It was we had a guy, Jimmy Arnett from Arlington.
Oh my God, I know Jimmy.
You know Jimmy, yeah,
Yes,
he's a long-time veteran of the music wars here in DFW.
that's back in the day when Jimmy had some hair.
Yeah, Jimmy's a cool guy, man. We love Jimmy to this day. He was, you know, the way we actually recruited Jimmy is we were Damon, Darren, and I were walking through the mall, and we saw this guy. He looked cool. You know, he had that hair, and you know, he's with his girlfriends at the leather store, which was our destination as well. And we saw him go, "Hey, dude, are you in a band? Do you sing? Do you?" And he goes, "Yeah, as a matter of fact." And the next thing you know, we were in a band together for a year, and that was the humble, auspicious beginnings of Aska. You know, and we took it and ran.
That is awesome.
It's pretty cool, man, because, I mean, though that incarnation of the band didn't last, it was the beginning. It was the start, you know, of what we've managed to continue and roll on to this day, you know what I mean? So it's really cool. Who would have known that from this little meeting thing at the mall that years later we'd have been to, you know, played all over the world and released albums around the world. I brought some for show and tell here too.
Oh my God, you even got the good old vinyls. You know, that's so funny because I've known Jim for a while, and
You guys used to be lovers, right? No, I'm just kidding.
oh God, no, but I know
Look at
Jim.
the smile.
But yeah, and that is just something I never knew. But I guess you learn something new every day.
He was our original singer. We were a 5-piece. Aska was a 5-piece when we started. Before we were this, you know, I'll do a little more show and tell here. Before we were this, these 4 leather-clad outlaws of the Dallas-Fort Worth music scene, we were a 5-piece. There was another guy, and it was Jimmy Arnett.
Is that your brother?
That's my brother right there.
Oh wow!
The guy.
Learned something else.
Dude, nice to meet you. Of course, he left. He went to work for the other side. He's in law enforcement now. Mm-hmm. And this is the co-founder. You don't know him. You probably don't know him. Darren Knapp. So we started the band. He's the one coming up here in a minute, as soon as he can get paid for parking and, you know, get that cop to let him go.
Oh, awesome! So Aska's. So you kept the same name. You never changed it. Can you tell me how you got the name?
The name was actually, you know, I grew up in the Canal Zone, Panama, as a former U.S. territory in the Republic of Panama. And kind of not unlike what Guam or American Samoa or American Virgin Islands or Puerto Rico is, you know, it's the U.S. It's a territory that used to belong to the U.S. We grew up there, and there was a group of guys that had a kind of a gang, a clique that they called Aska. And Aska was, you know, they kind of inducted us into their group. You know, they made us part of the family, part of the gang, so to speak. And later, when we were thinking of names for the band, we were like, man, nobody would ever have the name Aska. That'd be a name that would be wholly unique to us, and nobody knows what it means, and nobody would have it. So we took it and ran. You know, years later, with the advent of the internet, we started looking, you know, as people do, and sure enough, there was an Aska in the former Yugoslavia. There's Aska in Japan. There's an Aska in Norway.
Can I ask a lot of questions?
You can ask a ton of them if you like. But so what we thought was a wholly unique name that nobody would have. In fact, there's 3, 4, 5 acts using the name. Thankfully, we've been around for so long now that you know, anybody that would take, you know, umbrage to our usage of the name would have no leg to stand on, because we've been Aska since 1990 at least, you know, 89, whatever. So I think we had it before just about everybody out there, except maybe the Yugoslavian ASCA.
So is there a like a super memorable moment?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? That my entire life is a memorable moment.
Well, that's amazing.
there's
Well, okay,
nothing-
go ahead and
there's-
share one.
Share one. What? I mean, what kind of memory would you like me
I
to
don't
share?
know. I mean, that's for you to tell.
That's for me to tell. I mean, there's so many types of memories.
Just
Would
pick
you
one.
like?
Just like take that little hat of yours and just pull one out.
memorable moment as it pertains to ASCA, as it pertains to me in general. I mean, there's always. I mean, I could tell you anything.
A memorable moment, like on stage, something
On
that maybe
stage,
just,
okay.
or something that just that stuck with you, just something that was just so memorable, that was impressionable, that was exciting.
Well, I'd say probably the first memorable moments on stage were when back in the early days of when we started doing it. I mean, we certainly didn't start in metal's heyday. We started in the '90s, which was grunge and alternatives heyday, right?
Yeah.
It was past our time, but we said we didn't care. We didn't like that movement. We were all about the movement prior, which was the metal, the Priest, the Maiden, Kiss, AC/DC type
Yes.
movement.
Yes.
That's what we were about. We never bobbed our hair. We never, did that kind of thing to be trendy. That everybody else was doing. So I'd say back in those days when we started playing, there was no Facebook or MySpace or social media. Hey boy, you got to be quiet over there. They done told you. I mean, it's just you got to reinforce that positive.
I know, right?
Kristen brought all her children. There's like 5-6 kids where you can't see them over there. They're running around and attacking things. Anyway,
No, he just actually, he goes, "What you doing?"
Well, he's DJ E. That's who he is.
You can put him on the mic and he can tell you all about Spider-Man.
Yeah, I can tell you. Yeah,
Yeah, you would.
But
actually, he could.
yeah. But anyway, so there's Keith Knight. He's in the house. All right.
Oh, here he comes.
I think
Did you have a little hard time with parking there?
Yeah, there's a long line waiting for it.
it was a sliding that cord, wasn't
I'll
it?
probably need to have you come over here. That'd be great. You can keep me company. Do we have some headphones?
Here's the headphone right here.
We have some headphones. Wait, hang on a second. Wait. There's some that.
Well, I mean, do you want to segue into a break? Maybe that would be excellent. Hear one of your
Well, we
dope
can-
songs.
I can let me finish my story and then we can.
Yeah,
do
we
that.
can do that. Yeah.
Perfect, because I cannot wait. I got to hear
Settle
it.
down and kind of calm down.
What, the music?
Because I know how it
Yes.
is. When I walked in, I looked at the guy and the guy downstairs, when you walk in, I don't know what he is. I guess he can kind of instruct you where to go.
He's a concierge.
Yeah, a concierge. And he's got a fireplace screensaver. And
Staying warm.
I said, y'all really need a parking garage. Okay, you were finish your story.
You got more? Okay. My story. So it was, when we started gigging, it was, pre-social media, right?
Oh, hey,
So-
Jason, by the way. Just Jason.
Throwing out a shout out.
Yeah, sorry.
Hi, Jason.
Hi,
He
Jason.
said hi.
So there you go. We got a view there. Oh my God, this is my worst angle. No, I'm just kidding. So what do you? Oh, that was a gunshot, wasn't it? I think it was.
Backfire.
We are definitely in downtown Dallas. It was a gunshot. But no, so it was pre-social media. So back then, people got wild at the shows. They really got crazy. So a real memorable moment for me was probably the first time we did a show, and we did the altar call. Not like they do in church where they call you to give your life over to Christ and stuff. But our altar call was, all right, show us your tips.
Your tips?
Yeah.
Your tips.
Yeah,
Okay,
something like
okay,
that.
gotcha.
And next thing you know, you've got people in the audience, male and female, pulling their shirts up and popping their stuff out.
Did you
And-
throw Mardi Gras beads?
No beads. That was the thing. They just did it because they loved us. I mean, and And then it became an occurrence every time we played. There was somebody either stripping totally naked, showing their lower half.
Extremities.
Cat's tearing it up. But, or showing their
Cat's
breasts,
doing a great job.
She really is. She's doing a fantastic job. She is even better than you said, Kristen, even better. But, so they were, people were stripping and showing everything, letting it all hang out, so to speak. And it
Was it like Woodstock?
It was shocking. It was worse than Woodstock. So it was definitely eye-opening, crazy moment that we were like, what is up with people? Have no morals, no shy, no sense of
Conservativeness.
well, none of that. That was all out the window. We weren't complaining, but we were, I think, a bit shocked at it. And now, fast forward however 10, 15, 20 years later, and you hardly get that at the shows anymore. And we're wondering,
My boobies want to speak.
we wonder what happened. Why don't people want to show? Why don't people strip like that anymore at the shows? Why don't they? And we figured it out. And go ahead, tell them, Keith. Tell them what the problem was.
Social media.
Social media.
You can't do it.
Do it anymore.
It'll be online in seconds.
In seconds.
If it's not live.
Grandma will see you. Your Uncle Bob will see you. Your kids will see you.
Yeah.
And so nobody does it anymore, right? When did you stop, doing it at shows?
I don't think your mic's on.
I don't think
There it
I
is.
ever
There it is.
showed.
You never did?
mine.
Okay, all right.
No. My perfectly symmetrical breasts. No. They were behind closed doors. If you were extra special.
Well, I think that, the millennials have missed out on that phenomenon because it used to be pretty much a regular occurrence at just about certainly every Aska show, but and probably a lot of other shows throughout the Metroplex, and it was a regular event. And now you barely see that at shows anymore. So the millennials that's just one more thing they've missed out. They almost missed out on the vinyl.
Oh, are you talking about women showing boobies at shows?
People getting
They
naked at
just do
shows.
it over text messages now.
Right, yeah.
They didn't have
Now
phones
it's
back
all
then.
right. It's all on phones, and then they show all their friends. Hey, look!
They don't even have conversations anymore. It's all cyber.
Times are changing.
Matter of fact, I should probably put like a video in or two, like about that. Like seriously,
There you go.
like times really have changed.
They really have.
Yeah, we got a lot of activity over there on the floor.
We got a lot of activity. Well, anyway, now we've got Keith Knight in the studio joining us. He is the other long time from the very first album, Ask a Member, been on every album we've released. And how we managed to do this all these years, I don't know, don't ask me, but we do. We keep on trucking. Keith took a little break there for a year or two to recharge his batteries, or 6. But he got the energizers put back in. He's back ready to rock and roll. And we've been gigging for, it's been over a year since you returned to the fold or something.
6 to 8 months maybe. I was filling in.
You're filling in, yeah, for Dave.
For Dave.
Dave Harvey.
On the regular. And Dave quit, and they sucked me back in.
Yeah, I saw the
Last
album,
one.
and like you had long, flowing mane hair.
Yeah, and then I got a real job and had to cut my hair.
that was his
And
Janie Lane
hold
days.
that thought. Debbie Sexton says, "Hi, George."
Hi,
and
Debbie.
She misses you.
We miss Debbie
97.1 The Eagle, Debbie Sexton. Hello.
Right on.
Shout out.
Very cool. We love Debbie. There's Keith.
And Joey says, "Free Willy." I don't get that. Free Willy.
Free Willy was a
a
song. Tell him, Keith. What
It was just a song that
Oh,
we
was
played.
it? Was that one of your songs?
It was a kind of a live.
Was that like if you didn't wear any underpants?
maybe.
More of the top side, but yeah.
possible.
It really it came to light. We used to charter these buses and take them wherever out of town we were playing, say Austin, whatever, and we'd load it up with fans, a couple kegs of beer, and it was the party bus. We'd get everybody on there and just head down to the whatever out of town gig was. We'd have a predestined location where everybody would meet us and get to go to the show with the band on the bus and drink all the band's beer. Provided by the Cool Keg in Arlington, courtesy of Keith and Aska. So on there, I remember girls, like we were talking about, would start taking their clothes off. And some of these girls should never have taken their clothes off. They should have probably kept it on. And so this song came about. It was kind of spontaneous, and it was called Free Willy. And we said, Free Willy!
So was that like one of the? Was that like a? Well, oh, you can go ahead and share it on your Facebook. Yeah, you can read the comments too.
Cool.
Hey, we got Patrick calling in.
Yeah, we got Patrick calling in. Okay, well, I guess we're going to skip break and go ahead and talk to Patrick. Go ahead and answer the call.
Perfect. Hey, Patrick.
Hello, Patrick.
Hello, Patrick.
Hey.
Patrick.
Patrick, tell us your full name and say whatever you want to say, buddy.
Patrick Kennison, you know me from The Ford and Heaven Below.
Cool.
Oh, all right.
Oh, is he calling in for his? Are you ready? Oh, we're ready.
There's
Talk to
Patrick. Oh, Patrick, can you like pep up? Look at you. Come on, we can see your pretty face.
Little hungover, so bear with me.
Oh, wait, where'd you go?
We're bearing with him.
Cat. He's gone. He's disappeared. Ah!
There he is.
Yeah.
Hey, Patrick, how's Lita?
She's awesome. She's doing great.
When's the last time you guys saw each other?
2 days ago, recorded in the studio with her in LA. We did a legendary song with 2 other legendary people. I don't think I'm allowed to say who it is yet, but I can say that it came out amazing, and it'll be released probably in the spring.
How cool is that? Now, and you can't say who it is. Why? Because are you under? They don't want to spoil a surprise yet, or?
Yes, I mean when you work with different legendary people like that, it's like, as you know, it's 3 different camps of industry people. So I guess they figure out how it's all going to go out and how it's going to happen.
Very cool, man. Well, we're looking forward to. I think we got the inside skinny that will be somebody legendary. So that is way cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay.
It's not Tony Iommi, is it?
If you read her book, you'll know it's not.
No, I know. I was being facetious and funny, injecting a little humor into the occasion here, Patrick.
Oh yeah.
All right, yeah, Patrick's a little hungover. Remember, he just told you that. So are you a little cranky?
I'm just a little slow. I got this to help probably, a little bit of spirits for the holiday spirit.
Cool.
Gotcha. Do you need
But
a?
I can't drink before noon.
Yeah.
What time? Now?
You can drink before noon. You need
It's
a V8,
noon.
man.
It's noon here.
Yeah, it's noon here, so just consider yourself excused, and it's all good. Do your thing, brother.
Little hair of the dog.
I'm on the Riverwalk. I can do it.
So where are you at right now? Where are you?
Riverwalk at the Grand Hyatt, overlooking right outside my window is the entire, where you can see most of the Riverwalk, and
San Antonio.
the great Dave Castillo has been an awesome host and legendary friend, and we're paying the price for last night already.
Oh my goodness! So you are at the Riverwalk in San Antonio, I take it.
Yep.
Very cool.
Did he pick you out a good hotel room with a great view?
You want to see how great the view is? It's pretty badass.
Yes, I know he did. But let me go ahead and see it.
Overlooking that Riverwalk.
Show me the view.
And we're not talking about the Whoopi Goldberg view. Those cackling ends on there.
Oh, wait. Okay, he's going to show me the view. Ah, look at that. He hooked you up.
Have you seen the Alamo
What an
yet?
awesome job. Good
I
job.
grew up here.
I
so
know
we
you did.
used to go to field trips to the Alamo when I was a little kid, and I didn't care about it. I only cared that Ozzy would just piss there.
I know. I was going to ask you, what did you think about Ozzy peeing on the Alamo?
I guess I just laughed. I was in elementary school when that happened, and I didn't care about the Alamo. Now that I'm grown, when I come visit here, I love going to the Alamo, and I read everything, and I love the whole history. I think it's awesome and amazing.
Oh,
Awesome.
Ozzy loves it too.
Awesome Ozzy paid an awesome fine for that too. Okay, Asher, I'm going to go ahead and need my iPad. You wanna switch? Because I got some interviewing questions for Patrick. We can go right into this.
while she's getting those up.
He's got to get out of the games first.
Yeah.
So what guitars did you use to record yesterday?
A lot of acoustic guitars of Lita. Lita has people think I have good guitars. No, Lita Ford has good guitars. We use some badass Taylors acoustics, and then she broke out her Red Mockingbird from Out for Blood from the early 80s.
Oh,
and I played that on the track. I didn't even care about my guitars. I played her original 1981 Red Mockingbird from her early videos.
Well, cool. Very cool, man. I remember that Mockingbird.
All right.
All right, here comes
So
Kristen.
how's the weather out there and where you're at?
It's a little bit overcast, but I don't know. You know, the fact that it's not humid makes me happy. When I was a little kid, my hair always looked bad in San Antonio because the humidity would do things. Now, hair looks good in San Antonio. It's not humid.
So are you residing in California these days, full time?
Yeah, been there since 2003. I live a couple miles or less than 2 miles from the beach. It's way too expensive, but man, it's beautiful there.
Experienced any earthquakes yet?
Not yet. We're definitely due for one. The other day in my studio, I made sure all the guitars are strapped properly inside their holders and everything. And yeah, I felt when I first moved there, I felt some tremors, and it scared the fuck out of me. Can I say fuck on here?
Yeah.
Yes, because we're not FCC regulated. The F word
Cat
is
seems quite offended there, but
Like,
see, I'm just calling you Cat. I don't know your name because you said you feel like a cat.
No, my name's Kat.
Is it really?
yes, cat girl. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about your band. I'm excited about this. So why don't you tell me what started you out on this this journey? Like, what made you get into music?
I'm the youngest of 7 kids, British Mexican, so no obviously. So my older brothers and sisters played music in our house. I remember hearing Judas Priest literally when I got out of my crib, Aerosmith, Led Zeppelin, and it was like I didn't care about sports. I didn't care about anything. I just wanted, why did that sound like that? And how come it sounds so cool? So by the time I was about 11, I got a guitar, and then I didn't care about anything but that.
Who inspired you?
Oh, so many. I mean,
Besides
Judas Priest,
Kiss.
I think is the best heavy metal band ever, and fuck the Rock and Roll Hall of
Who inspired you?
Judas Priest, he said. The Rob
Metal
Halford, the
gods.
metal gods themselves, man.
Yes, and I still get goosebumps when I put on early Judas Priest records from the 70s and 80s and stuff. I think that that band is going to, even though Black Sabbath invented heavy metal, Judas Priest did perfect it. And to this day, that's my favorite band. If you see my refrigerator at home, I got all the magnets. I have an insane Judas Priest vinyl collection. But it didn't stop there. You know, I got into Motley Crue when I got a guitar. I thought they were so cool, and Metallica. And I was definitely the guy that was into the hard stuff, but I have no problem with mainstream stuff. I think Def Leppard's an amazing band, and that's not cool to metalheads, but who cares? You know, sometimes you just got to have fun with music.
Do people ever stop you and think that you're Nikki Sixx?
Happen almost every couple weeks, especially when I get my hair cut. If my hair is cut short, people think that, but that dude's like 15 years older than me.
Oh, I know, but it's just like the hair, and because, you know, I mean,
But is
you
that,
look like a rock star.
could that be why Lita has you in the band? She used to date Nikki, right?
She actually said when I got in the band, she goes, "I'm so glad you have facial hair because you really look like Nikki without it, and I don't need people like trying to think that that's why you're in the band." In the early 2000s, my old band Union Underground shared a recording studio facility with Nikki Sixx's band, the Brides of Destruction, and everybody started calling me Little Nicky. And that might sound fine, but that's an Adam Sandler movie where the guy's half retarded and he's called Little Nicky. So
Right.
I didn't. That was that. I guess it was funny, but the joke was on me.
You're Nikki Jr. then, like according to Kristen. That's why she likes you.
My bank account goes zero. Let's get my bank account like closer to that.
Oh, right. Well, I think those days are over, right? where the record companies would,
Definitely doing it for love. I mean, I don't know. My buddy who's in another touring big band, he goes, we're in the less than 1%. I go, what do you mean? I go, because we don't have STDs? He goes, no, because we play music and get paid for it.
there you go.
Less than 1% of musicians that make a living getting paid to do music.
Heaven Below wasn't your first band either, was it?
No. I had a band that had some success in the early 2000s, Union Underground.
Yes.
We were on Sony Columbia. We did Ozfest. We toured with Manson. We did a theme song for the WWE. That was kind of my first foray into the whole national scene or whatever.
Yeah, let's talk about the Union Underground days.
I was in my 20s. We did a lot of Jägermeister.
That tastes like cough syrup. Yuck.
There was powdery stuff we thought smelled good.
And you wanted to clean houses? Yeah.
Yeah, and the band imploded. It started out as one thing, and then the second people have 6 digits in their bank accounts, they start thinking they know everything. Things get ugly. So give any one of your friends $100,000 and watch what happens. It's pretty hilarious.
I don't think it'd be pretty hilarious. I mean, money doesn't buy you happiness, Simplicity is the best.
It buys a lot of cool stuff.
Well, it buys you a lot of stuff, but does it buy you happiness? No.
Absolutely. No.
Simplicity is the best. And just to be yourself, right? But you can always have a little bit of fun. Agreed? Hello?
Sorry, the thing cut out.
Hello? Hello?
I hear you.
No,
Bueller?
it cut out. I think the Skype cut out. He didn't hear you what you said.
Get back?
Oh,
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
back.
All right, we're back.
Okay. So let's talk about the members of Heaven Below.
Let's see. I formed a band on my own, and shortly after, even after the first gig, my buddy John Younger, who's the bass player, he and I had moved out to LA, and we lived with a guy named DJ Ashba. You probably know him from 6 a.m. and Guns N' Roses.
Yes.
The three of us lived in an apartment, and DJ went on to do GNR, and then John and I ended up doing Heaven Below, and it's hard to have members stay and stuff, but we have a great lineup now. We got a young shredder named Lucas Canopa that can shred and sing and write and everything. We have Shad Wilhelm on drums, but me and John are the 2 Texas boys that moved out there and then started doing that.
Very cool. What is the name of your new album?
We have an album called Morning Apocalypse, and it came out on Dave Ellison's label last year, and we're about to release a deluxe edition of it. You see a lot of bands do that after an album comes out, and then they put out, a couple bonus tracks. Well, we're going to take it all the way. We're going to do a 2-disc set. The album got insane response in Europe. We have reviews from Europe, and if you've been to heavenbelow.com, people have seen them. I can't believe people compare our album to Operation Mindcrime, because it is a concept album. They compare it to these huge albums that we grew up on, and it's just at this day and age. And we got a bunch of famous, legendary people to sing on it.
Yeah, I can hear you, but yeah, it's been kind of.
Who do you have singing on it?
We got, of course, my boss, Lita Ford, sings on one of the tracks. My Texas buddy, Jason McMaster. You guys know him from
Dangerous Toys.
Yeah.
Broken Teeth. He's on the opening track, and he kicks so much ass that we put him on the opening track. We got Cobra Page from Cobra and the Lotus. You guys might know them from Canada. Mm-hmm. And then we have one of my favorite singers of all time, Udo Dirkschneider from Accept, is on the track as well.
Oh, yeah.
Udo, that's all you had to say was Udo, man. That's a must-buy.
Dude,
right there.
yeah, when we got the tracks back with Udo's vocal, I'm like, wait a minute. Udo is singing lyrics and melodies that I wrote? Like, how is this possible? The 14-year-old me was like, that's just a wet dream of metal, Mm-hmm. So when we heard the tracks, it's like goosebumps again and all that kind of thing.
It was the wet dream of metal. When you saw him in those camouflage gear, That's when the Wet Dream of Metal kicked in and overdrive.
Sexuality.
That is awesome. Yeah.
Didn't if you ever heard the Balls to the Wall album, didn't listening to those lyrics make you actually wonder? Because songs like Love Child.
I'm such a fan of, except it's the guitar player's wife was writing the lyrics.
Right.
For
Deafy or Deefy or whatever.
Had the best English.
Right. That was what everybody found out later. But at that time, and place, and everybody hearing those, Love Child, Don't Know What I Am, a Woman or a Man, and them singing these things, seeing the guy in the red dress and all, these, and then of course the kind of homoerotic cover with the guy's crotch. We had the dude's crotch and leather underwear.
Love it, yeah.
With the ball gag thing in his, I mean, I think a lot of people wondered, it kind of added to their fame, to their legendary.
A comment on that, Patrick?
On the whole, sexuality thing?
Yes, please. Input.
I mean, Udo wasn't hitting on you. He's a straight man.
Actually.
Yeah.
I sat next to this big burly guy on the plane on the way talking, and he's a music lover and he works for a video game company. And then as we're talking, about girls and stuff, he tells me that he's bisexual, he's gay, bisexual, and I guess he's what you call a bear. Is that what they call the big burly gay guys?
A bear?
No. But Kristen said she was feeling kind of bare earlier.
Oh my God.
This guy was awesome. He was a music fan. He was proud of his sexuality, and I'm like, that's how you do it. That's out front, and nobody can say anything. Actually, nobody would say anything to this guy because
he'd kick your ass, right?
So, what is the release date on your Good Morning I can't even say it.
Apocalypse?
We're shooting for.
Yeah.
I don't want to say it and bad when it doesn't happen, but all the behind-the-scenes stuff that goes with promoting it. We have a new video for Devilina and the Damage Done, the song that features Cobra Page. It's almost done. It's almost done in the editing process, but it's looking like March we're gonna do the deluxe edition of Good Morning Apocalypse.
Awesome. Well, I can skip the next questions because he must have been reading my mind because George already asked you about who the special guest was, so we can just move right along. So what can we expect in the future for Heavens Below?
We've talked about touring plans. I do a lot of juggling between Heaven Below and Lita's schedule. So whenever I see an opening with the Lita schedule, I'll go and put the Heaven Below dates in. But we plan on touring in 2018 at some point.
That's awesome. I can't wait.
Music. We have a ton of music. I write songs every day, so I'm sure we'll have more stuff to put out.
Absolutely. Just out of curiosity, are you like one? Because if you were sitting there on the end of your bed eating breakfast, can you on the spot just pull a song out of your ass?
Yes, kind of. I don't want to suck my own dick, but on my phone I have right now probably 48 song ideas. Sometimes it's a lyric, sometimes it's a guitar riff, sometimes I'll hear a song from another genre and I'll go, whoa, that's a cool idea. And then I'll kind of turn it into I'll rip it off, turn it into my own idea. By the time I'm done, it sounds nothing like what I took it from. But yeah, that's kind of my outlet for my emotions, is just whether I'm in a good mood or a bad mood is to just work on a song.
I mean, it's actually, it has healing properties, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's great because I would actually like and kind of challenge musicians, to come on, my show and be able to, I guess, play a riff acoustically. You can do it on Skype. You can, come on the show and, come up with a topic and just do it.
Absolutely. Yeah. Things get changed. Some songs come really fast and easy. Others you have to keep coming back at and chip away, and you got to come in the side door. Sometimes it's not always direct. That's the whole mystery of music that keeps it so appealing. It's like a woman. It has many Many layers.
Peeling away the layers like a banana.
Like
Yeah.
like an onion.
Yep.
I don't like onions. They make me cry. So I say
Like,
banana.
like a woman. Like
They smell. Okay.
Women or onions?
there you go. Hey, you know, with your songwriting thing, Kristen, you were talking about, you know, I think probably 9 out of 10 musicians could show up, pull out a song out of their ass, and write you a song on the spot. The question is it a good song? You know, anybody can write a song and say, "Hey, here's a song."
Exactly, and
Is
that's
it a
always
good-
for the public to decide.
Right,
you know?
right.
Somebody asked me, they said, "Do you like your voice?" I said, I love my voice, but I also know the limitations of it. Also, there's things I wish I could do that I can't, and I guess that's for the audience to decide whether it's a good or bad song.
There you go. At the end of the day, it's the fans and the audience that decide what they like and what they don't like, and what's viable and what's good and what's not.
Exactly. Whoever thought System of a Down would be so big? You know, I remember when I first heard him, I go, "What's the Tourette's guy singing? He has Tourette's?"
Oh my God.
And then I thought it was awesome because the music has like Slayer riffs on it. You know, you remember when Sugar came out? I remember cranking that up, going, "I like this," and this singer is fucked up.
What did he
he's
sound
definitely-
like? Can you kind of like imitate it?
No, I don't really do an imitation of him, but remember how he would do the Sugar, and then he would kind of rap the verses, but kind of weird.
System of a Down, you know. What you gonna you know, it's real, you know, like
Wait, you don't know System of a Down?
yeah, I know.
Get out. Leave this show. Leave it.
I mean, the guy. It's true. It's almost. It seems like an acquired taste, but it's you know, he's so weird, but it works. It's appealing.
It just
People
works,
like
yeah.
it. Yeah.
You know?
It's definitely not. I mean, he's not the first guy you think of when people go, "Oh, who's a great singer?" Yeah, Rob Halford. Rob Halford's a great singer. Not Serge Tankian, but the guy's definitely got his own appeal. He's an original, and that may be the thing that speaks volumes for his style. I mean, because he's an original. I think you nailed it when you said Tourette's. It does. He sounds like a crazy guy, you know, just spewing filth, you know, every 5 minutes.
Phil,
What you put the kid on the floor? You know,
can you understand him?
Not really.
He's great though. Cat, sing us
Until
a
he
couple
starts
of
singing.
lines.
Yeah, you've been a little bit quiet. Do you have anything? Do you want to ask Patrick?
Just curious, who would sing for you guys on tour? Since you have so many.
Oh, I'll let Patrick
that's
answer
fine.
that. But yeah, I already know.
Sings what? What is it?
Who sings for you on tour?
I sing. I'm the front guy for Heaven Below.
Oh, okay.
I do all the singing.
So you have to do the
covers
Udo
the bass.
lines and the Lita lines and everything.
With Lita, I do a lot of lead vocal. Like she has me sing the Ozzy part on "Close My Eyes Forever." I do all the harmonies, and sometimes I double vocals with her depending on the song. I think that's a real reason I got the gig. Of course, I've been playing guitar forever, but I really made sure to nail all the vocals.
That is a huge plus because you'd be surprised how many guitar players can't sing a lick.
Right.
They can play like monsters, but they can't sing or have any concept
I've
of
always
melody.
wanted to sing, right? I never had the balls to do it until now.
Patrick does an amazing job on that duo with Lita on
Can
that
you
Ozzy.
can you give us a sample there, Patrick, of your deal? You know, just one off for the show. You know, do a little bit
He's
of
kinda hungover.
close.
Sorry, that could have
Give us a taste of, you know, close. You know, if I close my eyes forever. You know.
right here, right now.
Yeah, I can't sing, man, but
Okay, I'll sing, but I get to sing whatever I want.
Okay, you can sing whatever you want.
Yeah.
This is
When
your
we
deal.
sound check my mic with, "Hey, mama said the way you move, gonna make you sweat, gonna make you groove."
very nice.
I love it.
Damn, I thought that was Robert Plant coming to us there from San Antonio. My goodness. Phenomenal.
That was awesome, Patrick.
Let's give him a hand. Let's give him a-
Hungover and all.
Woo! Kristen has a wet spot on her seat over there.
I got goosebumps. I don't get wet spots. I'm premenopausal.
The whole song though.
See, you got him fired up. Give us some more, Patrick.
I think you're the one that's fired up over there,
That
Georgie.
sounded good.
George's always
Hey,
fired
that's
up.
pretty
I'm always
hungover,
fired.
huh?
That's
Really good.
pretty good. Did you have a good time
When
last
I'm
night?
taking some drinks, I'll really get going.
That's better than pretty good, Patrick. That was
On The Voice without all the fancy lights.
or the judges, or any of the prizes,
Yeah.
or the trip to Hollywood, or whatever.
Yeah, we're gonna have to settle for the Riverwalk for this prize.
So what is the most amazing concert you ever went to?
Ooh, lots of them. I remember seeing Judas Priest on the Painkiller tour in 1990, 91. Blew me away. I remember seeing an unknown band open for Extreme called Alice in Chains. Man in the Box wasn't on the radio yet. They got booed because I think Lane Staley said something about steers and queers in Texas. No. And I thought they were amazing because it had the Sabbath riff and then all the harmonies were real cool. And I remember going, oh, this is a cool band. And then Man in the Box came out a month or two later. They were traveling in an RV, I remember.
That's awesome. So, like, if you were able to get in a tour bus with a famous band, who would it be?
Lita Ford.
Already done. Lead it forward.
Right. Done.
I would say Pantera because if you've seen any of the Pantera home videos, that was a party.
Yeah.
You know, now that's our territory we're talking there because Dime was, one of our DFW boys, man. He's the biggest legend out of this town.
Yeah, you know that George used to play in the same venue as Pantera. Pantera was.
We used to shop at the same Kroger, man.
Yeah, you go ahead and tell him some Pantera stories.
Well, go ahead, Keith.
George.
Keith. Tell me. He was there.
Man.
He knows all those same stories.
We jammed with Dime so many times, even in the garage or at his studio, and it was just crazy times. And partying with those guys, unless you're a serious partier, you don't want to keep up with Dime and company. They are just a step above everybody.
He could have been German.
We partied with them at the Bronco Bowl before it got torn down.
The Bronco Bowl. I saw Queensryche there.
Yeah, we partied with
Brownie
Saxon at the
Pool
Bronco
played
Bowl.
with us, and Gasoline, which was the cover band that Dime and Vinny had. And I couldn't keep up with the drinking.
Oh God.
No.
Did you throw up? You
know what I did?
A lung?
A black tooth, and when everybody looked away, I'd throw mine out and act like I did it.
Oh my God. Yeah, those black tooths will get to you, man.
Well, they don't drink beer in between, so they're just doing shots all night long. So and everybody else is drinking beer, so those people are getting twice as hammered. Of course their constitution can handle it because that's all they do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Now, Dime, probably in the last couple of years of his life, he was at probably 80% of our shows throughout DFW. He was a regular, and he never, we never missed an opportunity to have him come on stage. I think that's why he was there, because I think he missed Pantera. Damage Plan hadn't really got rolling yet. So he'd get his kicks, with Aska on stage.
And jam songs he wouldn't jam normally,
right?
With anybody
and
else.
Sing even. He'd get up on stage and sing with us and stuff. So it was, it was quite a thrill and an honor to have him, at so many shows and so many, nights on stage with us. Those are memories you can't take away. I mean, people to this day, they see that and they go, oh my God, he would jam. I mean, we were almost like his between Pantera, Damage Plan, thing to do. Yeah, musically. I mean, so
and recording not recording, but just jamming in their studio was pretty cool because their drummer, all the triggers were on and everything, and our drummer sounded like Vinnie Paul playing back there. It was crazy.
Vinny was, it was his
playing
setup.
through Dime's amps and all that. And
That's so cool.
It was really cool, man. Dime was one of a kind too. He was nicest guy in the business, man. He'd walk in the room, light the place up. The air, the molecules in the air would change.
That's awesome.
You didn't even have to see that he was in the room. You just feel a change in the air and know something just happened. I don't know what. Then you turn around and there's Dime. You know. Yeah,
Amazing. I like to tell people that him and Dave Williams have the coolest metal band right now on the other side that we haven't got to hear yet. You know.
Right.
Hey, you know that the guy Jay that co-hosts with me, that him both Dave Williams and Jay were in a band together in the Basement Days.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah.
Dave's another one. There never a week goes by that I don't think of Dave Williams and how badass and cool he was, you know. And I feel like the rest of us must be assholes because all the cool people are gone, you know. So, are we just assholes? Is that why we're all still here?
Well, duh.
No. I mean, just things happen. I just think, you know. I don't like talking about that kind of stuff. Kind of, you know, puts it's like a downer, you know, like a
Yeah,
gloomy
amazing memory. You know,
shit.
I love thinking all the stuff, all Dime stuff, like y'all are talking about. Thinking of Dave Williams, and man, that stuff like is inside you and like forms who you are and your DNA. Just that you got to hang out with those people.
Yeah, but they also leave legacies behind, and think about all the people that they influenced, you know.
Oh yeah,
It's
you can't even go a day without thinking of people like that.
it's amazing. It really truly is. I'm going to go ahead and finish up because I'm kind of like hanging on a couple of questions because I mean we could talk about all this stuff all day long, but I don't want to like miss the rest of your questions on my interview. Did I ask you what to expect in the future from Heavens Below? You know, because I'm getting old, so I kind of forget if I asked.
The deluxe edition of Good Morning Apocalypse, the video for Devilina, The Damage Done. As you know, Good Morning Apocalypse is a concept album, which is a scary word. But apparently people think we did a great job, especially in Europe, with all the press and attention we've gotten over there. So we want to get to Europe. That needs to happen.
Yes, that'd be awesome.
It'll happen. It's hard. There's not a record company with a big fat checkbook. So we have to figure out other ways and make things happen on our own terms, you know?
Absolutely. So what do you think about any of these other upcoming bands that are trying to make it?
I think anybody that tries to make music in this day and age has balls, and especially if they want it to
Balls
get out
to the wall. Just kidding. Go ahead.
there. Yeah, I mean, because back in as recently as 2003, there were labels that you had a carrot in front of you. You would get a deal, you'd negotiate, you'd get publishing deals. Now you got to sell your merch and sell your stuff, or you're just gonna have to have your day job forever. So yeah, everybody that promotes their bands, you have balls of steel if you're gonna do it. And the payoff is nice too, though, because you don't always have to share publishing and share things with, you know, parts of the industry. I remember us getting a merch deal in Union Underground, and we got what I thought was a fat check at the time. But then you got to share stuff with them and sales, and so you end up getting popular. You go, wow, I made 60% of something popular. I sure would have liked to make 100% of something popular, but that's business, I guess.
Yes, it is. And talking about merch and stuff like that, where can a consumer buy your CDs and your T-shirts? And I know I'm grounded because I was a little bit in a rush trying to get two boys out. I couldn't find the Heaven Below T-shirt that I have, and thank you for it. But I didn't wear it. But I will wear it, and I will promote it on the show. But where can they buy your T-shirt and your CDs?
Heavenbelow.com. That's our hub. Of course, we're on Facebook and all the things that bands do. But, you know, Facebook's a funny animal because it's people that argue about politics, half-naked girls, and cute animals. So I don't see Facebook as so music-friendly, but I think the .com is what needs to come back. And so we're at heavenbelow.com. And all that stuff comes directly from us. We don't have to share anything with anybody. So when people buy stuff, I feel proud to say that we're not having to sell off part of it. It comes to and from us.
I agree. I like the .com. It kind of like is almost like putting out there like a statement almost. I get it.
We're retro. We're .com.
Yeah. It's old school. I like it. Totally. So then the last and final question is, what is it like in the touring world on your own with Heaven Below and with Lita?
Honestly, touring with Lita is awesome because she's such a legend. I benefit from a lot of the plush parts and the nice things and the nice hotels or a nice tour bus and nice venues. So I'm blessed that I get to play with her because I benefit. Like, I don't have to stay in dumpy hotels or there's nothing dumpy about it. Everything is on a pretty pro level. And you know, it's Lita Ford. So everything from the catering to the travel is pretty nice. Heaven Below is more of an indie thing. So, you know, we don't expect to go out there and be in a $5,000 a week tour bus every time or anything like that. We're happy to be in a van. We're happy if we have 2 techs with Heaven Below. But we're ready to build it. We're ready to put the time into it and make fans the old-fashioned way. You know, we feel jaded sometimes because we've been doing it a while individually, but collectively we're like, people just want to get their ass kicked. They don't give a fuck what happened to you or why this thing happened or, oh, I don't feel good tonight because of vocals. No, you got to get out there, back to the Dime and the Dave Williams thing. Those guys never sucked. And I think of people like Dave Williams and Dimebag, if I'm down, I'm like, those guys were so fucking awesome. You wouldn't know if they had any bullshit going on. They came out and kicked ass. So that's the attitude that Heaven Below takes when we hit the stage. And Lita's another one. You would never know if there's anything bad going on because she kicks your ass every night. She knows that people are there to see the legend that she is. And that's what we do. So that's the attitude. And, you know, those are the differences between the Heaven Below thing and the Lita thing.
Yeah.
I think if Lita hears this interview, you'll be getting a nice pay raise. Because, you know, clearly she treats you right. And, you know, I mean, that's reflected in the way you acknowledge her and speak about her.
She's great. She's like the older sister, you know, and I love that vibe with her. She's like your older sister that kicks full ass, you know.
Well, I think that you balance her out, you know, Patrick. I think I mean, just watching you guys on stage, there definitely is excellent chemistry musically, you know.
Absolutely, yeah. We do a guitar duel, and she, like I said, lets me sing a lot. It's really fulfilling.
And she lets you sing a lot.
She lets you and makes you.
I sing like harmony, Ozzy thing. It's fun.
Hey,
Awesome.
going back to your comment on Facebook, I think you're quite right. Michael Sweet from Stryper said that he on Facebook he'll post something, he'll get 50,000 likes, you know, or he'll get all of this love and people going, yeah, I'm gonna be there, but it's a million, you know, tons of people liking and commenting and doing this, and then he shows up for the show or the event or whatever it is, and there's just a fraction. There's not even 10% of the people that commented or liked or said it. So he feels that he commented that it seemed kind of deceiving in a sense because it's real easy, you know, when you're sitting in your underwear, you know, in your living room or your bedroom somewhere to click like and say, well, you're the greatest. I'll see you, you know, on the 9th or whatever. But
we just talked about that with in the band and with Lita and everybody. We'll have these people that are mega fans and they're posting everything and they're excited, and then we'll go play their hometown,
and there are no shows.
Later they say, when are you coming again? Or when are you going to show up? I haven't seen you for years. We're like, motherfucker, we were just at your hometown. Like,
right, exactly.
And one of the bass player for Heaven Below, John, likes to say, he says, you know, social media is fake. He goes, it exists, but it's truly fake because a lot of people just like only post things that they do 1% of the time. You know, here's me skydiving. Here's me in Peru. Here's me, you know, and really they're just working a regular job every day. So,
or here I'm working out. Let me go ahead and spray some water.
I'm going to the gym now.
Yeah, exactly. So I look at it as I don't want to use the word fake. It's deceiving, you know. So
it can be. I mean, there's plenty of real out there, but there's also a lot of bullshit. And I think the magic is in sifting through what's real and what's bullshit.
I think a lot of people like to make their life more glorious online.
Yeah,
than it
more
actually
glamorous.
is.
Yeah. Hey, look here's me hanging with
I've
my
seen
friend.
industry people do. I know somebody in the music industry that photoshopped themselves next to Taylor Swift at an award show. They were at the award, but then they photoshopped them next to Taylor Swift. And I show my guys, I go, this is what's wrong with the industry right here.
That is
Exactly.
so retarded.
That somebody would take that effort to Photoshop themselves next to Taylor Swift instead of Rob Halford or Glenn Tipton. That would be,
Yeah, exactly.
that's preferable.
Many
right?
levels.
Truthfully, they've got way too much time on their hands. That's the
Hey, and since you're a huge Judas Priest fan, because you're sitting here with a couple of huge Judas Priest fans, and friends of Scott Travis as well, but are you looking forward to the new album Firepower?
Absolutely. They enlisted Andy Sneap produced with their classic producer. And I had told Richie Faulkner a few years back, I said, man, you guys got to get Andy Sneap because he's making these Accept albums sound amazing. He's making Saxon sound amazing. Andy Sneap seems to kind of show up with these older bands and just reignite the whole thing. And the tracks sound awesome. It's got a lot of energy and vibe, because I bet it's hard after decades of success to keep that bar high. But I'm excited about the Priest because it's Judas Priest, and also because I think with Andy Sneap, it's bound to be amazing.
Cool. Now, what do you think of? Do you kind of, being a huge Priest fan since from way back, and clearly taking nothing from Richie Faulkner. He is a god. He is young KK reincarnated, But would you like to see a KK Downing return to Judas Priest at some point?
I think that Judas Priest could do the 3 guitar player thing like Iron Maiden. It sounds goofy till you go see it in concert. I remember when Maiden did it, and I thought, why would they need 3 guitar players? Sure enough, it was amazing. One guy solos here, one's doing rhythm, one's doing the other part, and it worked. I actually think that would work in Judas Priest as well. I was shocked that KK stepped down because I think he hired Rob and Glenn back in the early 70s.
Yeah. It was his band prior to the other guys.
That's insane to me. That's like your CEO going later.
Yeah. But and apparently he's having some trouble with the golf course, that some of his investors pulled out or did something or the other. I don't know. I was just in England, a few weeks ago, and I've seen the old Holy Joe where they used to rehearse and get all the inside skinny on what's going on there with the boys, and it's great. I just wish that KK Downing would come back to Priest.
Well, if the Hall of Fame pulled its head out of its ass,
that never happened. They suck.
We said that if they get in the Hall of Fame, KK would be there for the induction and would play with them.
Oh, that's how it starts usually, but
since they get inducted, who knows?
A full return though would be just the thing. And again, I love Richie Faulkner and what he's done and the energy he brings to Priest. And his riffs, nobody plays like the guy. Yeah. But KK, he's the guy. He's the original. It'd be so nice to see him back there in the band that he, helped formulate and work and nurture and bring to, the top.
We with 3 guitars, then with Maiden and Priest tour together. Then we can all die happy.
There you go. That would be cool.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, Iron Maiden is. I still have not seen them.
That's
in concert.
That is a fail.
My first concert was Iron Maiden, Power Slave with Wasp opening.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Wow. Right, now, when you saw the Painkiller, that you broke up there, brother. Say that again.
I said pivotal point in my life. That was my first show.
Very cool. Hey, now let me ask you something. When you saw that Painkiller, was it Alice Cooper opening the show in '90?
No, it was Testament and
I've seen Testament. I love that.
Megadeth. Yeah.
And I've seen Megadeth.
I saw that tour as well. That came through Dallas.
Yeah.
Very cool, man. Very cool. Well, it's a shame that Can we play some videos from Heaven Below?
Oh yeah, we have some. So we played the
Some
Renegade
Aska
one.
videos.
We are going to probably the last one that we will play is going to be the one with him and Lita Ford. So I am going to do Patrick's Choice, and we'll take a break because I'm sure that Patrick's probably ready for a nap.
I'm gonna go get some Mexican food. I'm gonna eat more carbs than I should.
Well, it's because it's the holidays, so eat, drink, and be merry, right? And you're going to go see your mom.
Yeah, I'm gonna go see my parents too. This is maybe break into this later.
Oh, real quick, because I want to make sure that we are attending your fans. So I'm not sure if this was Lita Ford or if this was Heaven Below, but Reggie asks if there was any plans on touring and coming to Utah.
I'm sure, absolutely. I'm sure we'll be there with Lita. We've played Utah before. I'm sure in the summer of next year, around that time, I'm sure we will.
Okay. That answers that question. And what kind of Mexican food are you going to eat?
I love the sour cream
Chicken enchiladas. Do you put jalapenos, fresh jalapenos on top?
I do, but I got to be honest. Since I haven't lived in Texas since '03, my spice meter sucks. I've kind of been a pussy now. I'm trying to get the spice back, but I'm so wuss now. Like the hot stuff.
See, California will do that to you. Man.
Oh, and Patrick, I mean, I'm not
California
sure. I'm not sure if you remember Melissa. I mean, because I'm sure you know a lot of. Are you talking? I see your mouth moving, but nothing's coming out.
There's a delay on it.
Yeah, it's a delay on it. Kris is confused.
Are you actually blonde under that beautiful color?
Shit.
See, look, watch the video. See? Okay.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear him now. He wasn't. It was no. Nothing was coming out.
There you go. That's Cat. That's operator. That's engineer.
Are you doing sign language now too?
That was engineer. Are you bullshitting, Pat?
No.
Is he?
I'm talking.
There you go.
Can you hear me
Okay.
now?
Well, I was gonna say there's like a million Melissas that you probably know. Don't know, but Melissa says hi, so you can say hi to Melissa.
Hi, Patrick. And do you still have my underwear I threw on stage at you at the Lita Ford show?
I'm wearing them.
She probably saw you at the Lita Ford. She's in a wheelchair, so you can say hi and give a shout out to Melissa.
There you go.
I'm a
All right, perfect. And you can enjoy your sour cream chicken enchiladas. Okay, so pick us a song, and I.
Where's Vicki Lawrence? This is Jason Wilcox's. What is Vicki Lawrence doing there? Is that the one from the Carol Burnett show?
Yeah, I think so.
Is he referencing?
Okay, you lost me
No,
there,
it's
George.
It's one of the comments that we got.
I didn't get it on mine.
Jason Wilcox. It's there. Is that your friend? Do you know him, Kristen? He says, it's Vicki Lawrence.
I'm like,
Hi,
no
Jason
idea.
Wilcox. Vicki Lawrence is just hanging out for the day. That's
Okay, so what song, Patrick, out of the ones that I hope I have?
Let's the Lita song, Running Under Satan's Hand. Of course, she shows up and cuts the vocals in less than an hour because she's amazing like that. And I don't know, so it's a dear song to my heart because my boss sang on it and kicks ass on it.
Okay, so we're going to do the Lita one then?
Did you send that to me?
I did. So it was supposed to be the ending song, but that's fine because we can end it probably with some of George's.
The only one I have from George is...
No. It says the ending one. I think I put Lita. Let me go into my sent.
Hey, while they're looking that up, let me ask you something. When you record Heaven Below, are you guys shelling out the money for a big professional studio, or are you guys kind of doing it on, Pro Tools or whatever,
At home.
in your own?
Oh, we rent a fancy studio for the drum tracks because it takes a lot to record drums properly. Mm-hmm. And then as far as the guitars and the vocals, I literally do them on project studios that are by the beach in Hermosa Beach. Some stuff's done at my house. I have 2 badass studios in my house because I live with one of the members of Devil Driver, and we have a badass house with 2 recording studios. So only the drums get cost the bigger money, bigger studio thing.
Cool. That's Seems to be the approach these days, you know. I mean,
Patrick, what is the name of the song that you and Lita do?
Running Under Satan's Hand.
I got it.
Rush. Running
I got it.
Hand.
they're pulling it up. And I think Keith wanted to ask you something. What were you wanting to ask him?
Don't put questions in my mouth, George.
While they're
I got
queuing
one
up
here.
the
Here,
music.
I was like, here, I got one. Is do you guys self-produce it, or do you bring in somebody to co-produce? Or
This one was self-produced. I produce it, and then I have badass engineers. Heaven Below is pretty self-sufficient. We kind of have a system that kind of works, and it's taken me my whole life, but I'm able to get away from my music. I feel like I can produce it and be unbiased because I try to be hard on myself.
You try to be hard on yourself? Why would you do that?
Got to. That's how you get your best stuff.
Yeah, you have to be. I mean, everyone's their own worst critic, but you almost have to be in music to, you know, to be objective. I mean, to try to listen to it outside of yourself to see how somebody else would hear it.
What I
you know?
do is overwrite. Like for this album, I wrote 30 songs, right about 30, and then we whittled it down to 12. So I figure it's got to be pretty good or my best stuff if I really am hard on myself with what we put on there.
Very cool. Very cool. Hopefully we
got
can get
thumbs
some
up
of that.
over there.
We can get some. Oh, you ready for the music? You ready to play
Thumbs
the
up.
video?
Yeah. Did you get it?
I thought it was a video, so it's going to take me a couple seconds. Just to ask another, awesome question, like, what's your favorite Mexican food or American food?
American food, huh? God, America is so much fattening food.
America.
No doubt.
What's the
I
usual?
don't
What's the usual catering on the Lita tour?
The Lita tour, we have, of course, we have this on there. There's a ton of beer, but I haven't been drinking beer because it started making me fat. But we have, of course, the deli meats and the vegetable trays, fruit trays. I've been seeing Ben and Jerry's there, the Cherry Garcia, and Lita will probably kill me. But she's the one that eats that. But she doesn't gain weight, so she's lucky.
Hey, so any Jim Gillette stories? That might be.
Oh, man,
that might be taboo.
that's not a good subject.
I mean, maybe not for Lita, but I know that they were butting heads and Clash of the Titans type thing there. But
All I know is I remember that band Nitro, and I remember laughing at that band. That's all I'm going to say. I don't like to shit talk bands, but I remember laughing at that band when I saw them on Headbangers Ball.
Headbangers Ball.
They
Oh
had
my
a pretty
God.
wild guitar player, that Michael Angelo Battillo.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't know. It seemed more like a joke than a real band, but probably I'm going to take shit for that, but I'm just being honest.
Oh, since you live out there in LA, and are you still on the beach?
Yeah, I'm very close to the beach.
Which must be an amazing thing to wake up every morning and see something beautiful like that every day.
Air is heated. We open the windows in the house. That's my favorite thing.
Oh my God, that's awesome. So out there in LA, what is your favorite like thing to do out there?
I like to, besides making music, of course, I like to go to the pier. I ride my bicycle to the pier, and you try not to get whiplash because there's so many hot girls, like boobs and stuff, and chicks eat. It looks like a video from the 80s. And I like to Uber down there and meet up with where I live. There's I can think of like 5 rock stars that live all in the where I live, and we all like to meet up and go have drinks and talk about what we're doing and get drunk on the pier and then Uber back home and wonder how we got home on our Uber.
All right. Well, we will end that on that, and we are going to go on break, and we're going to listen to that song with you and Lita. So you chow down on those sour cream chicken enchiladas. I'm going to thank you for your interview.
Thank you
And
guys.
if you can go ahead and if you want to give us an ID real quick, and I'm sure George would love to send you a CD of Aska.
I'd like to send you some underwear and some.
I'll put them in the vault with the others.
Hey, it was very cool speaking with you, Patrick. I think you're doing a great thing, keeping the metal going, keeping it rocking, keeping it alive. We need more purveyors of this kind of music out there. not less. We need less Taylor Swifts, less Ice Cubes, and more of you. So thank you for keeping the music going, and give Lita a big hug for us. And it was really cool to have her in Dallas here just very recently. And best of luck to you guys, man.
Thank you, guys.
Okay, you want to go ahead and do an ID for us real quick?
Yeah, what do you need me to say?
Fridays with Kris and Jay.
You're on Fridays with Kris and Jay.
With Patrick Kennison.
Oh, hi. Sorry.
You want to go ahead and scratch that and do it all over again, Patrick?
Hey, this is Patrick from Heaven Below. You're on with Kris and Jay. And then let's do one also with Lita. Hey, this is Patrick Kennison of Lita Ford's band. You're on with Kris and Jay.
Forget the lies. Give me back my life. I don't care who's dead or who's in control this time. I've been denied, slow like suicide. And I found out that nothing lasts forever. You gotta give it some time alone, you know. You gotta get up this time to let it go. Protest the hero once she ends. Oh, just bring me back to life. So we run again. You cannot kill that which is already made with a dead man. Numb to your feelings, better stop believing. No one gets out of here alive. You gotta give it some time alone, you know. You gotta get up, it's time to let it go. Protest the hero once cheated. Oh, just bring me to life. Back to life. Was I meant to be your sacrifice?
Well, we're back with Kris and Jay. Fridays. Oh, and I just messed that one up. Thanks, Patrick. we have to insert the Fridays. I guess I'm Fridays. Fridays with Kris and Jay. All right.
Hi.
Keith, why don't you get a little chatty with me?
All right. What do you want? My mic's not on. Hello. Oh, there we are.
Wait, my little headsets. What is going on with these little suckers? Are these adjustable, Kat?
They sure are.
Yeah, they should push up from the bottom.
Well, I was trying to. Am I like retarded?
No. You're just blonde under that beautiful.
I don't know how those work, actually.
Were these the ones I had on earlier?
I think so.
I don't know. We're back in black. All right. So, what do you think about all that?
That was interesting. What is this place?
What is this place? We're in a studio.
I'm not talking about this place. Everything. It's kind of weird up here. This is pretty cool though. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Except for the parking situation. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, it kind of like you were like missing in action for like 30 minutes.
At least, yeah. There was at least 10 people in line. And then I'm just sitting there waiting. The one guy was trying to use cash. Cash doesn't work for some reason on the machine. And another guy tried to pay for his parking, but it wouldn't take his card. And it was just a battle. So.
I know. They need to do something about the parking out here, and they need to make it more user-friendly, I think.
Yeah.
They need to have more parking lots because out here they really don't have a whole lot of parking lots. And underneath this building, there's not a parking lot.
Right.
So it's and then trying to drive around, and then there's just no parking, and then there's meters, and then you put in the location number, and it says location cannot be found.
Nice.
And it tells you to download the app, and then you call the number, and then it tells you that location cannot be found. Do you want to be transferred to an operator? Then they want to charge you $5 to speak to a live operator.
Oh, really?
Then you give them the location number, and it's the right one. So why can't I? Just craziness.
Yeah, they need to build a few parking garages out over some of these parking lots, and that way, you have multi-layers, and everybody can actually park somewhere within walking distance. Well, when it's cold and rainy, the walking can be kind of far.
I know it's a little bit chilly out there, isn't it? And it's just gloomy, and
it's getting cold.
I know. What's the degrees outside? Let me check it up. I'm the weather girl, huh?
I think it was in the 40s, high 40s, low 50s.
Let's see. And the weather is nasty as hell. Oh, it's 38 degrees outside.
So it's getting colder.
Oh, George, did you decide to join us?
Are you guys back on?
Yeah, that was pretty quick.
Short song. Which way are you going?
Oh, yeah, and the allergies are out the roof. It's 5.9. 5.9. Anyone? It's medium, but I feel like I'm dying over here.
Oh, you got to shorten your cable. Don't hit your cable.
Hello. Hey, you know what? Are we back on?
Yeah, we're on.
Hey,
no, I'm just talking to myself into the mic and act like we're on, for shits and giggles.
I'm back. But, Ask is going to be playing here in town right after Christmas, so January 6th. We've got a show at Diamond.
You don't say.
What's the name of the place?
Diamond Jim's.
Diamond Jim's.
We're at Diamond Jim's January 6th.
Isn't that in Arlington?
It's in Arlington, Grand Prairie, yeah.
Right there on the border.
Yeah, and it's our first show of the year, man. So we'd like to invite everybody to come out and see us there. Also, January 13th, the following weekend, we're in Corpus Christi. And we're playing, what's the name of the place there?
You don't know where you're playing, George?
I can find out.
I can look it up.
Yeah, look it up.
Do you need a personal assistant?
We've never been to this venue.
By the way, George is hiring for a personal assistant so they can know where he's playing.
It's a new venue for us. We've not played it before. When we were there last time, I think we played Boozers. I'm sorry. I think we were Boozers. No, I'm just kidding.
You don't even drink, do you?
No, I don't even drink.
That is so awesome.
I don't drink. I don't drink water. I don't drink Coke. I don't drink anything.
You got to drink water.
I just eat food and then absorb my fluids from the food.
Okay.
No, I'm just kidding.
Gators.
That's why we're playing Gator. We'll be there January 13th.
Where's Gators at? Is that in Dallas?
That's in Corpus Christi.
They had a Gators in Dallas in the West End. Do you remember that little piano bar?
They also had one in Bedford, wasn't it? In the HEB area.
Yeah, I think so.
I think they had a Gators there.
Became something else.
After
that, yeah.
But it was hopping for about 3 years or so. You had the usual club lifespan, and then But we're at Gators in Corpus Christi, January 13th. January 6th, before that, we are at Diamond Gyms in Arlington. And then in May, there'll be shows before then, but in May is our big one. We'll be at Rocklahoma. We're back at Rocklahoma again there for our annual pilgrimage. That's our Hodge.
I missed you this year.
Last year. Yeah, this year.
No, it was this year.
Yeah.
But I came and I guess I bumped into you while Def Leppard was on stage.
We walked right past
and then I was missing in action because I was behind main stage.
Oh, really? What were you doing there?
Eating crab legs and prime rib.
With Joe Elliott? Were you hanging out with Joe?
No.
With which one?
I'm not telling.
Oh, she's playing that one close to the vest. But it was one of the Def Lepparders.
No.
No?
It doesn't have to be Def Leppard. I just know people.
Oh.
Because I'm special.
She's so special.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, but you see, that's the thing. That's what pisses me off about Kristen, though, because she's there taking pictures of Def Leppard, but her homeboys.
I took plenty of pictures of you.
Yeah, okay, that's good.
You pay me any money? Yeah. I caught you there.
I was paying you
Choked on it, didn't you?
Paying the same that Def Leppard was paying.
Right.
Paying the same rate that Def Leppard pays. They weren't paying shit either, were they?
I didn't take pictures of Def Leppard.
Yeah, you did. I thought I saw you. I thought you were. I thought you were out there. Joe.
No, it was just
Rick.
I was standing there freewheeling it. And I hung out and talked to one of your buddies in your group.
Which one?
B.
Bryant.
Yep.
Bryant. Okay.
Yeah. Where's he?
Bryant. Bryant is right now. He's still. They picked him up on an ICE raid. He didn't have his papers. He's illegal.
Ice rain. Where's he from? Mexico?
I know he's from Honduras. By way of Guatemala. But yeah, he's sitting there at the deportation tank right now. We'll see if we can't get him out, but
at least by Christmas.
At least by Christmas,
or at least by the 6th.
If not, we'll just
Are you guys serious?
Yeah, no, it's for real.
Was it when Trump did pass that law and because I knew some people
the laws
that actually did those immigration things and they're sitting in a hotel. They had to sell their house. Seriously,
really?
I think he screwed some people.
No, here's the deal.
I don't know. The laws I don't watch the news.
Trump made no new law about immigration.
Oh shit! Did I just open up a can of worms?
You might have.
No. I'm just going to clarify.
And your politics.
I'm just going to clarify that the laws are pre-existing. They're on the books. They have been for years. They've been for decades. They exist and they are what they are. It's not people like to say, well, Trump did this. No, Trump, all he's doing is asking the agencies to enforce the existing law. That's all. So that's all the politics will talk.
All right.
It's not a political show, is it? Or maybe it is. It's a Dallas talk.
We can talk about anything we want. Anything you want.
We've already covered Dallas parking while you were gone.
Oh, man. Jesus Christ.
It sucks. They need to have something that's just user friendly.
They really do.
Yeah.
And those machines just suck, too. I mean, I had to slide my card in there 50 times to get it to take.
Well, the lot I was at, the first machine said, see the other machine. Oh. And then you get to the other machine, there's a line of 10 people.
Oh, there you go.
And you're just and it wouldn't take cash, so you're waiting for the guy sitting there and inserting the bill.
We're still complaining on this lingering issue about the parking.
It's ridiculous.
About what?
The parking.
Oh.
I can't wait until we move studios. I'm just saying.
Man, the parking here is hold on. Go a little down. Down. There you go.
Down.
Wait, up.
Up
there. Perfect. Yes. No, parking sucks.
Parking sucks. It does. Mm-hmm. Anyway, the reason I'm showing this one is because it's our third album. It's not our latest. The latest was Fire Eater, but it's the only
Fire Eater. Do you eat fire?
Yes, in fact.
Do you really?
Uh-huh. Every time we're at a Mexican restaurant.
Hold on. So
I thought you did a show and ate fire.
What's the trick to that? Do you know?
Just load it with jalapenos and the eating fire?
Yeah.
Yeah, just load your burritos with jalapenos and it's
No, I did have a friend. He actually it was in a Kiss tribute band and he did, and I forgot, but he lit something and he did it.
It's usually Everclear or 151 or something.
But on a sword?
No.
Oh, you mean just drinking it and okay.
Yeah, lighting it. Yeah,
I'm talking about the flaming sword that people shove in their throats.
Yeah.
How is this possible?
That's a circus act there. Huh?
Yeah.
Speaking of, did y'all see that video that came out of Ren and Stimpy just recently?
Which one?
it like surfaced like it's a, kind of gay show, right? And so they get in a closet and Stimpy's like, hey, I'm at a circus. And then he goes, I can swallow swords. Like literally in the cartoon. And it's a man and a man in a closet. Oh, and I forgot. In the beginning, he goes, I'm in the closet.
That's funny.
So anyways, segueing into something different.
Wow, that was a cool segue. So shout out to Terry Dunn.
So
Banshee.
you have other bands. Let's talk about that.
Oh, okay. Well, this came out in April. It's Cloven Hoof, Who Mourns for the Morning Star on High Roller Records.
Man, that one's seen better days.
Yes.
It's a little wavy. Did it get wet?
This is the show copy. This
Wow.
is the demo copy.
He's cool looking.
That's our High Lord and Master Satan. No, I'm just kidding.
I can't stand you. You're ridiculous.
No, but look, it comes with, it's got cool inserts like the old days. Got a poster, all kinds. But this just came out in April. Actually, I'm on this, but Keith actually recorded all of my vocals and on this deal. And this is
I'm actually background vocals in some.
he actually sings on the deal as well. But this is a new wave British heavy metal band, Cloven Hoof. Been around.
Do you have anybody with any kind of British accent on there? Do you?
No. I just sing with my regular.
You don't try to do a Britain accent?
There's one in there. There's one in there. When you talk.
Here's a power.
Wait, do it again.
Gandalf. Yeah, no, there is a. Yeah, they're actually.
Are you reliving your Lord of the Ring fantasies out?
Every day. Every night I go to bed, I say, good night, Aragorn, Frodo. But no, actually.
He does.
You shall not pass.
There you go. Actually, there's a song on here called I Talk to the Dead, which I do a little Gandalf, imitation or whatever, and it's cool. And everybody that hears it actually thinks that it's Ian, what's his name?
No, not McGregor.
Ian McDonald or
something like that.
Gandalf. Oh, McKellen.
Yeah, McKellen.
Ian McKellen, the guy that played Gandalf, and it sounds just like him. It's really cool. And yes, huge Lord of the Rings fan, and all fantasy and sci-fi and all that stuff. But it's really cool to be in Cloven Hoof. This is a band that I actually was listening to in high school, and
It was called Cloven Hoof.
Cloven Hoof. That was the name of the band. It always has been, always will be. They've got good 9 albums or so, or maybe more, maybe less. I lose count. But to be in the band, I'm also in it with Ask a Drummer. Danny White's in the band as well.
Oh wow! Shout out to Danny White.
Shout out, Danny White. How you doing, Danny White?
Wasn't there like a football player
Yes.
back
There was,
in the
quarterback.
Same guy.
Yes, the
Same
Dallas
guy.
Cowboys.
It's the same dude.
Isn't he like old?
He's
Yes,
kind of,
he's old.
we're all kind of old.
But he's really old.
I think he's hanging out at the. I think Danny right now is at the Power Ranch. He's got the Danny White Power Ranch that he hangs out at. He's got the ranch, But Danny White plays drums on this thing, and he does a phenomenal job. This was really cool because it was done. It was recorded at Nomad Recording. It was recorded in England. It was recorded at Night Recording. It was. I mean, it's basically you had studios all over the world that were used to do the Cloven Hoof record, and we've been out there on 3-4 occasions this year alone promoting the record, and we're headed back there in February for the Sword Brothers Festival, and then later a few months after that we're doing the Bang Your Head Festival, and I mean all kinds of the big metal fests that tens of thousands of people attend in Europe. I just got back also from Spain and France and England and all that. That we were out there promoting this very record right here. Pick up a copy, go online, go to Amazon, go wherever it is you need to. Look for Cloven Hoof.
You don't have,
for the Morning Star.
do you have a website to sell any kind of merch or albums?
There is, but I don't remember the name of those. Man, I'm horrible with websites, man. Just go to
how do you
Facebook,
sell
punch
your
it,
stuff?
Google it. I mean, Amazon is how you sell your stuff.
Oh, okay. So you sell it on Amazon?
Just go to Amazon and, punch in the name of the band, Who Mourns for the Morning Star, and pick it up. You won't be disappointed. This just got Metal Chaos's, one of the editors, album of the year. Number 1, album of the year. And so, I mean, it's good stuff, Of course, then the ASCA, we are shortly this year, we begin work. We will start the recording on album number 7 at primarily night recording and at the Danny White Power Ranch recording studio. And I love saying Danny White Power Ranch.
Does it do something for you?
It's just the name of his ranch. It's the Power Ranch, but you can't just call it the Power Ranch. You have to call it the Danny White Power Ranch.
Why?
It's because that's how he insists. He says, just call it. Don't just call it the Power Ranch because that could be anybody's Power Ranch. His is the Danny White Power Ranch.
Oh, I got you.
He built it with his bare hands.
Did he? His blood, sweat.
He really
tears.
did. He did build some of it.
Well, he had it built anyhow.
But
From the ground up. He put power in and everything.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah.
It puts a little.
he did. He built the deck out front. He built he's a handy guy. He's got a whole wood shop on the property and studio and.
Oh, so is that where you guys?
No. It's not. It's not at the moment.
So where do you guys practice?
That's at the Fortress of Steel. The Fortress of Solitude in Steel.
Okay, so I guess you don't practice then.
No, we don't need it. We're just that. Oh, I'm just kidding. We don't practice. Have you been to our shows lately? We're horrible. No, actually, we are about due for a rehearsal because since Danny and I have been in Europe, we haven't had any ASCA rehearsal. So, but we will be having some probably right after Christmas.
Yeah, that's right. You don't rehearse because I bump into you at Walmart's and Kroger's.
Yeah, shopping.
Up there in Canada.
No.
Me and George both live up, nearly near Oklahoma. I'm sitting there shopping and I don't see long-haired men.
There's actually
George.
places to shop way out there.
Like Kroger's
there
and
in the
Walmart.
sticks.
But now I probably won't see him at Walmart because there's a new Walmart probably closer to you.
Actually, the other one's closer.
Mine is?
Yeah.
The one over there off of
The one you
Eldorado?
The one off El Dorado is closer. Yeah, but that new one is nice. Have you been to it?
Yeah, but then I was a little confused because they switched stuff around. I was like, it's supposed to be over there.
Yeah.
So I didn't like it because when you go to the one and you know where everything is,
You got your routine. You go in the store and you go over here and then you go over there and you know where you're going next. And then when you go somewhere new, it's like, where the hell am I
It's
going?
usually backwards.
they changed it all
Exactly.
up. Yeah.
The milk
But
is
I
where
like
the Packers
it.
are.
It's really nice. So it's clean and it's, everything's orderly. Like that other one, off Eldorado looks, oh man, that place looks beat,
But I like the Kroger. But
Kroger's nice.
But I'm mad
super
because
Kroger.
they took away the freshly squeezed orange juice, and I
They
bet
did?
you somebody complained about it or something and said that it gave them stomach issues or something.
That sucks.
I
Well, that's
know.
not a reason to take it off the shelves unless you get a lot of complaints.
I know.
Gosh, one bad apple just ruined the
But
whole
you know
bunch.
what? I
A
guarantee
bad orange
you.
in this case.
No,
That was good.
but I bet you it wasn't that. Freshly squeezed orange juice is the best for you.
There you go. Then maybe you should open up a stand out front and say, work out an arrangement with the guys at Kroger. Say, hey, I'm going to sell some orange juice out front of your store here. Is that cool?
Freshly squeezed
Freshly squeezed.
with my new squeezer.
Yeah.
His name is Keith Knight. Squeeze.
Squeeze it. Can I squeeze your oranges?
He's sitting there squeezing.
I need to have some freshly orange.
Hey man, also
juice. I've been sick.
another little plug I'd like to say. I'm in this Judas Priest tribute band called Dreamer Deceiver, and we've got a show.
Way.
Yeah.
When
With-
did that happen? Did I blink and fall asleep?
Last month or something? No, not last month. I guess a little bit ago. We had our first show in Oklahoma at a casino up there, and we're playing March 3rd at the Gas Monkey Bar and Grill. We're doing the big Monsters of Mock with all manner of Black Sabbath, Mac Sabbath, and some other tribute bands.
I think I need to go see that one. I want to see that Mac Sabbath.
Oh, you need to
The
see
lead
this.
singer looks like Ronald
That'll
McDonald.
be awesome.
Does it?
I'll bet you do good.
You know me, I do good at everything I do, but I'm just kidding. No.
Let me just have you step down off your horse.
No. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. You know, somebody's got to toot that horn, right?
Yeah.
But no, it's a really cool project. It's got some really good players in it. It's got Scott LePage, formerly of Hades, the metal band from New Jersey. It's got Chuck Insenius, a longtime DFW scene native and master of many tribute bands. He's in Kill 'Em All. He's in this band. He's got another tribute as well. It's got Tim Andall and Steve Patton. You know, all these guys. Also, Tim plays with Kill 'Em All as well. So those guys they're from the tribute scene. It's a different scene, you know, in a way from what we do, even though it's all metal. Because I mean, we do the original thing with a few covers. This is just tributes, and lately Dallas has become, as most big markets have become inundated with tribute bands, and it gets a little crazy and it gets a little much at times. But you do have some out there that are doing a really good job, and I guess every musicians do it because it's a way to get paid, whereas a lot of original type bands have a lot harder go at it. So, but you can't. The one thing that every single tribute band has out there is that they are paying tribute to an original band. So, that's something worth knowing for all the people abandoning doing original music. Because, without original music, there's nothing to pay tribute to. So, there you go.
So have you already played?
Yeah, in Oklahoma.
Okay, yeah, you did say that.
Yeah.
And then the next time you play is going to be at the Gas Monkey.
The Gas Monkey, yeah, that'll be the next one. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And so it'll be, a lot of opportunities to catch me on stage in one fashion, form, way or the other. And, of course, the first of those is going to be January 6th. Aska, you'll get me and Keith and Danny, and we will tear it up. It'll be lots of fun.
And Bryant, if we get him out of the tank.
Brian, if we can bail his ass out, if Trump lets him out with his mean policies and his new laws, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
So,
what do you want to see? You want to look at these?
No, you have one more. You have one more band.
I do.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You didn't talk about that one.
You want to talk about another band? Which one? Banshee?
Yes.
Interestingly enough, I recorded all my vocals, or at least not all of them, but a portion of them.
About 80% of them.
Yeah, at Night Recording as well, which is Keith Knight's studio. Anybody needing to do any recording or studio work? Are you still?
I'm doing mixing mostly now.
Mostly mixing.
Not so much tracking.
But I did vocals for Banshee. I joined them, and we put out an album in 2012, which was Banshee's comeback album. Banshee used to be signed to Atlantic Records, for those that didn't know, and was with started life on Metal Blade, jumped over to Atlantic, and then I did their 2012 comeback record, and we toured the States behind that album, and now I don't know. I think Terry Dunn is writing a new album, but I never know with that. When I'm sent the music, we'll get it out there and push that forward. In the meantime, anybody that wants to hear our collaborative efforts together can listen to the Mindslave album from 2012. The thing kicks ass. It's a really good record. Check it out. Pick it up. Get it. Find it. Amazon.com.
So how many of your original members are still on Aska?
2. Me and Keith. We're for the first album to the last album, to the latest, Fire Eater, which was 2015 that came out? 2013? I don't know.
Shit, I don't even know.
I think it's 2013. We're due. We usually go about 5 years between records, but yeah. So you've got half the band has been there from day one. And, it's a proud tradition we hope to continue for as long as possible.
Okay, we are about to wrap it up. I do have Kat. I sent you for the first break, but we didn't have a first break because we went right into the interview with Patrick. So that will be the one that we'll finalize because that's one of my favorite songs that George sings
Oh, is
from
it
Aska.
Angels of War?
No, I actually like
Crown
that
of
one.
Thorns.
Yes, yeah.
That's the one I've been so excited to hear this whole time.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And we'll play some of your stuff. You know, we can sift that. You know, through some of the shows, because we actually had so much to talk about, and we didn't have a whole lot of music to play during our breaks. But is there anything else you wanted to add, or Keith?
Just
Keith's been so quiet.
I'm always quiet. That's just
Keith is naturally quiet
Is there anything else you wanted to
until he gets a couple
add?
beers in him, and then,
and then I light up like Christmas
So
tree.
the introvert becomes an extrovert. No, I understand. I get it. And today I've kind of been under the weather, so I haven't been my bubbly self,
Oh, you're always
Trying to
bubbly,
put some
Kristen.
medication.
You're always bubbly.
But anything else, George? Anything?
Yeah, it was an honor and a pleasure to be invited to co-host the show with you. Me and Keith have had a blast doing this deal. I mean, I know I speak for Keith as well.
Oh, I'm glad that you were able to come.
Yes, and
I
thank you
enjoyed
for
it.
having us.
It's just cool. I dig it.
We talked about it in Kroger way before, because I know that this was in the making for me to do this, because it had been a dream. And I had been on a show before and had worked with both Kat and Jansen. And
You've worked with Kat before?
Uh-huh. Yeah,
look
this
at
isn't
that.
the first
Yeah.
timer
It's
for
been-
me.
We've been about a year now, right?
Yeah.
Girl, we go way back.
Yeah, we go way
Very
back. So I was in the making of it. It was putting it all together, and I was finally just kind of hanging on one little end of it. And I got a phone call to see a show with Jason, and he asked me if I was still with the other station, and I said no, and told him I was working on doing my own, and we kind of chit-chatted, and he sort of helped me make it happen. So here I am.
Very cool, man. Well, I'm glad that you had us on. It was so last minute, last minute invite. We're like, oh, right on, man. We're there, man. It'll be lots of fun, and we've had a good time here with you.
Yes, it's awesome. I love just bringing in the music and listening to just the stories and bringing back the basement days. It just takes me back old school, and I love it.
Right on. Hey, you know what? You were asking about stories yesterday. Seeing Keith sitting there reminds me of a story of when we were playing in the United Arab Emirates. We'd been there for some shows, and Keith and the guys were just drinking all day, and that we were at this 5-star hotel right on the beach, and were they Irish? What were they?
English.
The English. There was an English family that was there, and they started. I guess they all started drinking together. But the main attraction for the fellas was that it was a father, son, and daughter. And so was that a
No, it was a brother and sister.
brother and sister? Okay. Well, the dad wasn't there.
If he was, he'd
He'd
split long before
split out.
that.
Yeah. Well, I bailed out too. I went back, because I had a bungalow. Keith and I were sharing a bungalow right on the beach, So I go, man, I'm out. I could see what was up. These guys were just drinking and just
Straight vodka.
yeah. And I was like, I'm out. I'll see you at the bungalow later. So I went back to the thing, and then Keith, you can pick up with the. Or would you like me to tell?
We had a lovely time. Thanks for coming.
These guys, it was chaos, man. But needless to say, they almost got arrested. There was some fisticuffs, some altercation on the lawn of a 5-star hotel.
The guitarist and I got a little hammered. Our drummer was there, Damon. These guys are no longer in a band, and we started drinking. And I just started passing out right in my little lawn chair, or whatever we were sitting in, and the drummer throws a wet towel or something that hits me in the face. And I wake up, and the guitarist starts laughing, gets up and runs. So I ran over and tackled him, and then he gets pissed off, and then gets me pissed off, and next thing you know, we're almost fighting, and security comes running out. And I wouldn't. The whole point of it was just tackling for fun. It wasn't really. I wasn't pissed at him or anything. It was just. But he got pissed, and then so it kind of escalated from there. And I'm like, well, then why'd you run if you didn't?
Yeah, when he got pissed, he got pissed. But I remember I hear knocking at the bungalow door. I'm like, what the hell, man? This is like 2 in the morning, 3, whatever it was. And I go and I answer, and Keith is standing there. I go, man, dude, where's your key, man? He goes, I lost my key.
I actually didn't lose it. It was like wedged into my side.
Yeah, it was hanging. It was in his shorts. I mean, sticking out and everything. I go, your key's right there, dude. And he's, oh, all right. So he came in, went to sleep. And we always, in the morning or in the afternoon, whenever we got up, we all had plans to meet for breakfast. The whole band. We'd always go out to, some bands always do their stuff on their own, separate. Yeah. But Ask is always one of those kind of bands that we do everything together. We eat together. We pee together. Everything we do.
Gotcha.
But the guys didn't call. I'm like, man, it's way past the time they said they were going to call and meet us to eat. Well, come on, let's go eat. So Keith and I just head down there. And it's one of those deals where you sign your name and eat whatever you want, and it's charged to the room, and the promoters want. And we were having, lobster and shrimp and all this. And,
for breakfast.
And yeah, and we noticed that there's the other two are already there. We're like, hey, man, what happened, guys? Why didn't you call? And their faces tell the story. They just look pissed and everything. Like,
well, Damon wasn't pissed.
No, but Darren had the real straight laughing. Face. And he's like, he didn't tell you? Pointing at Keith. And I go, tell me what? What happened? And then I got the story that these guys are rolling around on the grounds of the hotel, and had the detective, the hotel security come and haul them off and send them to their rooms.
They just told us to break it up.
That's just bad.
It took a while. I don't even remember it the next morning until they started filming in, and then it all kind of came back. I'm like, oh yeah, I remember now. Whoops.
So basically, they didn't call because they didn't want to eat with Keith.
All right. Well, we're going to end it on that.
Good time.
I thank you guys for coming, and thank Patrick for calling in and Skyping. What a great interview. And we are going to listen to some of your music.
Cool.
All right. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
Happy Friday. Have a great weekend and stay warm.
Right on.
This is a great day, for my search is over. My king. Make me your champion. But your life's a bad prophet here. I gave up my castle and my land. Here is my domain. Within this metal skin, I pledge all that I still own. Muscle, bone, blood, and the heart that pumps me. You will be my champion.
Bring out the stallions ready to ride. The tractors there on the crucifix. Their bodies burned on the river Styx. Sent straight to hell.